So if you finally see my live stream that I did a couple of days ago, you know that I finally had the opportunity to actually test drive a Charter Daytona Scat Pack EV from Dodge. And while I wasn't exactly impressed with the car, I'll talk about that in other videos, I did see a very bad safety issue in that car that I'm surprised no one has talked about. And I'm going to ask you the question right here in the first few seconds of this video. If the battery pack in that car dies, the 12-volt battery dies, and you have power assisted seats and the strap is power assisted, how do you get out of the rear seat of the car in a 2-door Charger if the battery is dead? Ask yourself that question. If you've been watching my channel for the last couple of years, you know I love a good deal. Whether it's saving $1,000 on Ram TRXs or Hellcats or helping you guys save money on your Demon 170s from all these dealer shenanigans, I love good deals. And there's no better deal that I can figure out online than with my buddies at JustBoughtOns and DragRacingWheels.com, where you can use my promo code BUTTER at checkout to save up to an additional 15% off on your next order. So check out my friends at JustBoughtOns and DragRacingWheels.com, where some of the best prices online just got a little bit better. Okay, well, with 39,000 friends and the 63% of you guys not subscribed. As I said in the intro, I finally got the opportunity to test drive the Charter Daytona Scat Pack EV from Dodge. Now, I've been trying for 2 weeks to actually get my hands on a Charter Daytona. The dealerships, 2 of them near me had 7, and all 7 of them was bricked. And this is the first opportunity I had Friday to actually drive a Charter Daytona. Basically, I went to the dealership. I went and actually got in the car. I've been told by multiple people, hey, go check out the back seat. Go check out the back seat. The back seat is so big, it's so huge. There's plenty of space in there. There's not really a 2-door car that got that much space in there, right? So that particular Charter Daytona they had at the dealership is equipped with the power assisted seats. So basically what those seats is, you have a strap on the back side of the seat. You got to pull the strap up, and while the strap is engaged, you have to pull the seat forward, like the seat back forward, but you only got to pull it forward by like this much, and then the car recognizes that somebody gets in the back seat, and then it'll start to slide forward and push the front part of the seat forward. So that's how the power seats work. The manual adjusted seats, you basically pull the strap, push it forward, and then you should be good to go. But I got to the back seat and I closed the actual the seat back on me. And like I said, it's on the live stream. If you want to see this process, it's on the live stream, and you'll see how I kept asking. I was concerned about this, but you're back there and it's like, how do you get out of this car? Because it has a tag on there. I'll show you this tag right here. It has that tag right there, and it says, do not pull the easy strap while the vehicle ACC battery is dead or disconnected. So basically that right there means that when the 12-volt battery in that car dies, you cannot use that strap to push the front seat forward. And this is going to be in the power assisted seats. And I'm assuming that's going to be for all these fully loaded Scat Packs and above. I was very like concerned, going like, if the battery dies in this car, the 12-volt battery, not the battery pack underneath your feet that is powering the EDMs, but the actual 12-volt battery that's in the trunk that controls all the electronics, the seats, the instrument cluster, the heads-up display, all the LED lights and all that stuff. If that battery dies, how do you get out of this car? Because you're stuck back there, and it's like, what do you do? The little tag right there tells you, do not use this strap. Don't pull it in case the battery dies. So how do you escape out of this car? And that is a very big red flag to me. And other people on the live stream was basically saying the same thing. That is a huge safety issue on certain versions of the Chargers. Now, I don't know whether or not the 6-pack cars are going to have these same power seats in there. I don't know if the RTs had these same power seats in there, but I know this was on a Scat Pack. So how do you escape out of this car if you cannot pull the only strap back there? I even asked the salesman, he going like, oh, there should be like a manual unleashed somewhere, right? But I'm looking around in the back, and you can see this on the camera too. There is no other strap back there to manually, dislodge that front seat. I couldn't find it. It shouldn't be like me having to play a guessing game in an event of emergency to find an actual emergency release for the seat. And I don't understand how this got past so many stages of development that no one sat back there and thought that, gee, you know what? If this battery dies, no one can move this seat. I'm going to preface this by saying that I also looked through the owner's manual. There is nowhere in the owner's manual that tells you anything of what to do if the car loses power and that seat does not work. I seen in there how to operate the manual seats. I seen in there basically how to, you know, unlock the trunk in case of emergency. I seen in there, you know, other things, but I cannot find one single instance in the owner's manual of it telling you what to do if that daggone car loses power. And so if you're stuck in an emergency, whether you're in an accident or like you're stuck in there and the battery dies, or the batteries get old and just, you know, sometimes 12-volt batteries, they start act funny as they get old and stuff. So whatever the case may be, you're in a situation where you got to get out. You literally had to go either climb over the center console area, and then you got to pick which door you're gonna go out. And then even when you go pick which door to go out, then you got the next problem of you got a black button on the door. That's a black door. So you got a black button on a black door that you got to make sure that you can see it, especially at nighttime. And you got to go push it, the actual button, and hope that that button actually works. If that button does not work, then you got to remember, oh yeah, there is a emergency release latch for that door. It is right there on the actual bottom front part of the door underneath the speaker grill. And that latch is not clearly labeled. Now I'm gonna show you a video clip on how you can tell this on a Z06, and I'm gonna show you another video clip as well about how you can get out of a, let's say a Demon 170, a Challenger Demon 170, a two-door car. This is how Dodge used to let people get out of Challengers. Let me show you guys how to get outside of a Demon 170. Okay, Demon 170. Get out the back seat. Simple little latch right there. Boom, done, easy. And right there on the door panel, it's easy to see a contrast door handle. So if you're in an emergency, it's easy to see that. And this right here is a power seat in the Demon 170. Simple little latch right there. Simple to slide back. This simple. Whoop. Hit that, push forward, and look at that. Easy to see contrast color door latch. And this is how Chevy lets people know how to get out of Corvettes. So let's try this on a Z06. I'm gonna get in out of the Z06. What's the first thing you see right there? Simple. As soon as you walk in, you can clearly see little white little latch. Well, not a white latch, but a black latch with white writing on there. And it tells you exactly how to get out the car. Right there. So just in case the little door button right here doesn't work, and you see that the door button is a different color from the door. So it's easy to see. Charger Daytona, not so easy to see. That's the difference. So you can see how with Dodge in the Charger Daytona, it is not very easy to figure out how to get out of this car. The seat back, you have some kind of weird mechanism where you got to hold the strap up and then push the seat forward. But then if you don't have power, that doesn't work because the tag tells you don't pull the strap if the battery is dead or disconnected. So you gotta go over the center console, then you gotta go reach over and try to push the door button on a black door. Then if that doesn't work, then you gotta go find the actual emergency release. But in the event of emergency, if somebody else is in your back seat, they're not familiar with the car. So how is they gonna know that they gotta go find a black latch on a black door to actually open? At least in the Corvette, as soon as you step in the Corvette, it's clear right there on the floor that there's a black handle with white writing on it. Now, I'm not the only person that noticed the same issue, because I found in making this video to finding photos of the door panel, I found that Car Scoops had the exact same problem I had just with the door handles. I don't think nobody really noticed the problem with the seats, but even they noticed that there was a problem with these door handles and how you cannot easily see them. The Dodge Charger Daytona EV follows Tesla's hidden manual door handle lead. Maybe it's time for the industry to look towards Lexus and Audi for the solution to this pretty serious concern. And so they go over a nice little article right there telling you that how it is hard for people to see these emergency releases for these cars with these door poppers. The all new Dodge Charger Daytona seems to follow the trend of hidden handles. And so this is a nice, pretty good article for you guys to read if you want to go through it. I'll just scroll through it and stuff. I use the photos from this article. And it's the same thing I just said in this video. Will drivers unfamiliar with the car be able to get out of it in case of a crash or a power failure in the car? This right here is very bad. Like they even said the same thing with the Wagoneer S. Wagoneer S is about the same thing. You got a hidden door handle right there underneath where the window controls are. You can't really see it from this photo, but that's how bad it is, that it's not painfully obvious how you can escape out of these daggone cars. And this is another Stellantis product doing the exact same thing. that Charger Daytona door panel has no kind of indication that that latch is even on the door. If you're in the dark and somebody gets in your car and you get into an accident and you're passed out or whatever, and they trying to save you, they can get out the damn car. Let's say you let your kids borrow the car and they got a car full of their friends. They get into a damn accident, that 12-volt battery dies, and none of them know how to get out of that car because they can't find emergency release hatches. It's like the safest way to get someone out of that car is they gotta climb over the rear seat into the trunk, because at least in the trunk, the federal regulations mandated that they have like obvious to use emergency release for the trunk. Just in case somebody get kidnapped, get thrown in the trunk, there's a latch on there that people can see in the dark. So the feds came in and mandated that to happen. And with this right here, I'm surprised they don't have a mandate that if you have electronic door poppers, that handle has to be obvious. Corvette makes it pretty obvious with white lettering on it. Dodge does not. So I'm glad I'm not the only person that's seen this nonsense, but I think it's extra dangerous in a Charger, a two-door Charger with power seats. The seat thing, that's one thing. I mean, not the seat thing, but the actual door popper and the handle on the door, that can be easily fixed. That's easily is like, you know, going in and putting like a warning label on the door or whatever, right? Put some kind of sticker on the door that tells you that, hey, this right here is emergency handle, right? The seat part, that's another thing. Now, I want to see whether or not somebody can actually test this, because I don't have a Charger Daytona of my own. But I want someone, if it's somebody that owns a Charger Daytona with power seats, or one of you dealerships to have a Charger Daytona, I want someone to take the 12-volt battery loose and make sure that you can get out of the back of that damn car, because that is so dangerous to me. I don't think I would recommend anybody buy a two-door Charger with those power seats. A four-door car would be way more safer since you actually have a door to get out of, but a two-door version with power seats, I wouldn't do it. Personally, I wouldn't do it. I sent a message to Dodge. I sent a message to a couple of influencers about this. I asked them about that question, but I don't think they noticed it. But if I get a response from Dodge about this, I'm gonna make another video about this. Let me know what you guys think. Would you feel safe in a Charger Daytona if your passengers have no idea how to get out of that car? If that seat back does not work in event of a power loss, do you feel comfortable with people in your back seat not being able to figure out how to get out of that back seat and then figure out how in the world to find the emergency release hatch, the latch on the door panel? So let me know what you guys think. And until the next time, I'm out.